Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Profitable Mindset Podcast.
Welcome to the Profitable Mindset, a show dedicated to teaching you the skills you need to build a profitable product-based business that makes you feel free and fully in control. Here is your host, Charlotte Smith.
Hey there, welcome to episode number 47, where I've got a free training for you, and I'm going to teach you how to create more time. Yes, I know how to do that. Even with the challenges of farm life. I'm not teaching you how to get rid of things, but in order to create more time, I'm going to blow your mind at how productive and relaxed you can be when you learn what I have to teach you today. And speaking of creating more time, I'm super excited to tell you about my free training coming up next week, September 25th, that I want you to be sure and sign up for. And if you can't be there live, you will be sent the replay when you sign up. It's going to help you start to build a foundation to help you eliminate overwhelm, create even more time, and be fulfilled in life. Stop the frantic hustling and worry. Okay, yes, you can learn how to eliminate overwhelm, even with all the challenges you've got going on in your life with the farm, family, school, employees, weather, terrible weather we're having now, whatever it might be. When you learn and practice the skills I teach and coach on, it is totally possible to do this. Okay, so the training is at 3cowmarketing.com/webinar. Go there right now, sign up. And you can be there live, talk with me live, or you can get the replay. That training is called 4 Powerful and Simple Steps to Create More Time. And again, you don't have to be there live. You can get the recording afterward. It'll be live for about a week. Plenty of time for you to watch it. That free training is going to get you started building a solid foundation to change your life dramatically, to calm yourself down, calm your family life down, to feel more confident, free, in control, able to reach more of your goals, fulfill your dreams, and able to make decisions without feeling guilty, so much more. That free training will set you up with a very strong foundation. And at the end of it, I'm going to share with you about my new group coaching program, which is phenomenal. As you may know, I've tried to give you little bits from a lot of my coaching clients here on the podcast. Mindset coaching, helps you do things in life you never dreamed possible. I'm not only trained and certified, but I coach about 20 different farmers a week, all over the US, Canada, Australia, and other countries. Okay, so they are learning how to transform their lives when they commit to apply what I teach. They do the hard work, and they don't have to change the circumstances in their life. You can calm down and live a more enjoyable life and reach larger goals than ever before without changing your circumstances. All right, so first thing, sign up for the webinar. Second thing I want to do right now is I want to read you a powerful and very lovely note I got from one of my clients, Chris. I'd like to say she's my favorite client, but all of you are my favorite clients. I love working with every single one of you. Anyway, Chris says, since coaching with you, Charlotte, over these last 6 weeks, my day-to-day life has changed dramatically. I showed up to our first session overwhelmed and exhausted and couldn't see any hope to make this farm work. Now I feel capable and confident, and my belief that there was no time for me has changed. I had a hard time believing that even taking time for me, even for coaching, could be possible. Now I see and believe it's necessary. I no longer feel guilty or responsible for the things that are not in my control. I have no guilt over my business decisions. I no longer feel constantly overwhelmed. I wish I'd started coaching at the beginning of farm season, or better yet, when I first started listening to the podcast and recognizing so many of the mindset traps you talk about. Instead of waiting until I was in complete overwhelm. But here I am, and so happy that I'm here now. I feel so much more capable of handling the unexpected. I feel calmer as I go through my day. I feel far less deprived and far more content. The challenges have not disappeared because a farm business will always be filled with challenges, but what's changed is I can manage them with grace and contentment, energy and focus, and feel fulfilled at the end of every day. This is the best investment I've ever made in myself or my farm, and I encourage everyone to get mindset coaching. It's life-changing. Oh my gosh, thank you. I was delighted to get this email from Chris and all of my clients who share with me what learning to get their mindset aligned has done for them. It is wonderful, fulfilling, and I hope to have you in my group coaching program. That's going to start in October. The basis of what I'm teaching is my phenomenal time management process. You will actually have a course that you will get access to right away. And then the group coaching part of it is because time management is not about the right calendar or the right planner or anything tactical and how to. It is 100% on having the right mindset in planning your time. When you finally learn that and get that, you change your life immensely. Okay, so let's get into today's episode. Why am I talking about time? Well, so many of you struggle with feeling like you don't have enough time. So I want to give you a little help here. Many of you, and I read these in the comments and emails and all over the place, I see you thinking that you've got way too much to do, you can't figure out how to get it done, and you're living in this constant state of overwhelm or frantic, busy, hustling, rushing, in a hurry, and you don't know how to find peace in your life. Well, there are things that we all do that cost us time that you may not know about. And there are things we do that make time. I'm going to teach you both. This might be confusing at first because we often think of time as a fixed thing, but it's not. Time is a mental construct created by humans. It's something that we as human beings have decided to agree to. It's a mental construct. But we've created this habitual thinking pattern of thinking of it as a physical thing, like a container, like I don't have enough time, or I do have enough time. Sort of like I have enough meat to serve my family for dinner, or I don't have enough meat to serve my family for dinner tonight. I've got to go thaw something else out. So we've created this way of thinking about time as if it's something you can have more of or less of, and that's confusing us. What I want to teach you is how to approach time as something that you spend, throw away, it's costing you, or something that you create. This is 100% possible. It's going to blow your mind when you finally get there. It's kind of like you got to do some mental gymnastics to get away from the concept we all have now of I have enough time or I don't have enough time. Instead, we're going to start to look at it as spending time or creating time. Even the language we use, people say, I spend time on this, or I can't spend time. I'm wasting time. Or I will hear people say, they are wasting my time, or that thing is wasting my time. This is costing me time. I'm losing time. Okay, I know you guys use words like this. You recognize them. You're very familiar with them, and you probably believe them. You probably think it's true. As I've worked with my coaching clients, I've witnessed how people spend their time in a way that costs them in their life. It costs them greatly. The sacrifices, the price that many of you are paying because of how you're spending time is sometimes life-threatening to some of you at the worst, okay? It's life-threatening, and at the very best, it's super uncomfortable to be spending and costing your time in the way that you are. Then, When I work with people, and you're going to learn this through my group coaching program, you're going to learn that if you apply what you learn, I now have clients who are able to complete 10 times more than they used to be able to complete, 10 times more productive than anyone else they know. How is this possible? Here's how it's possible. I've learned, and now I teach my clients how to get more done because they shift from not spending time or wasting time or losing time. And instead, they shift to a mindset to learn to be very deliberate with their time and very present with time. Okay, you guys, I hear from so many of you how much you're spending time in worry and anxiety. I want you to know it's normal for our brains to want to jump to worry. It's normal for the survival part of our brain, but it's not useful. Worry pretends to be necessary, but it produces nothing of value. So if you're spending hours or days in worry, you're wasting your time. You're losing time because you're getting nothing of value out of that time you're spent worrying. If you're worrying, you're not being productive, you're not producing any results, you're not relaxing, you're not being present with people. Worry is not useful. A second way you're wasting time or losing time is something I call buffering. Buffering is a way to escape emotion. All right. So you guys, I've talked to you in the podcast. Everything we do in life is driven by emotion. It's driven by a feeling. If you have to sit down and create your marketing email for the week, you will do it or not do it depending on what feeling you have consciously, deliberately created. I teach you how to create the feelings that will make you use your time intentionally and productively. But in the meantime, what I see is a lot of people buffering. Again, it's an emotion that pretends to be necessary, but it's not. And how this shows up in your life is maybe you have to, it's on your schedule to write that marketing email or write the blog post or reach out to people about some sales. And instead, you find yourself organizing your stock that you have for sale. You're organizing the freezer in the farm store. Or I have a client who last week was talking about how she finds herself avoiding the hard things by organizing the tea that they have for sale, that they grow, they make themselves. So it pretends to be necessary, such as the tea does need to be organized. The freezer with all your meat in it does also need to be organized and sorted. But when you decide to do that thing in place of the money-making activity you're trying to avoid, because it's harder work to sit down and create the emotion that will drive the action of creating your marketing activities for the day, for instance, that's buffering. That's you mindlessly doing something that you think is seemingly important, but it's not. You're spending your time. You're wasting your time. So again, you're going to learn to be way more intentional about your activities and your time and how to deliberately create the emotion that will drive the action you need to take. And then you can sort your tea in a time when you're not supposed to be doing marketing. A third way people are wasting time is many of us are people pleasing. I know you can relate to this. I did it for much of my life. People pleasing is doing something or saying yes to something to get someone else to change how they feel about us. How this shows up for my clients is they'll say something like, well, I'm not having that conversation with my husband because he'll be disappointed. Or I can't stop raising that thing on our farm that's not making us any money because my customers will be disappointed. This is you trying to control the uncontrollable. Other people's feelings, scientific research shows us, are created by their thoughts, not your actions. Just like your thoughts create your feelings, their thoughts create their feelings. So if you stop raising something, they get to decide how they're going to think and feel about that. You trying to control it is purely you just wasting time in your life. I see a lot of you wasting a lot of time trying to control people's emotions, trying to make them feel good by saying yes to things or putting off doing important things, or taking action on things you don't want to do because you want someone to not be disappointed. And this is wasting time. It's stealing your success in your life and your business. Saying yes to others, which means saying no to ourselves. And anytime we say yes to someone else and no to ourselves, we're costing ourselves time and trying to control their emotions. Okay, another way you're wasting a lot of time is by sitting in indecision. It takes a fleeting second to make a decision, but then making a decision means you have to take action. So the survival part of your brain, if you have not learned to manage it through coaching, is going to tell you not to make the decision. It seems like it's important. It wants you to rest and flip-flop between decisions, because once you make the decision, you got to get to work. I'm going to teach you how to manage your brain so you don't waste time in indecision. Indecision means you're choosing to be stuck, not making decisions. You're choosing not to move forward. And most of the time, you don't even realize it. You think the indecision is important, but it's costing you your dreams, your contentment, your fulfillment in life. I see people that a decision could be made in a second and they're dragging it on for days, weeks, months, or even years. Indecision serves no useful purpose in your life. It's costing you a lot of time. Okay, the fifth thing costing you time is judgment. You're judging yourself, and that gives you nothing in return. It feels like action to judge yourself. It feels important, but it's a horrible, wasteful use of your time. Never creates anything useful in your life. So stop judging yourself and stop judging others. This, again, the only reason I can teach you these things is because I've had to learn these things the hard way too. So I used to spend a lot of time judging and criticizing myself, judging and criticizing others. When you let go of that, changes your life immensely. We're at a time in our society where you've really got to learn the skill of managing your brain around this, because it's really easy for you to hop on social media and judge others and judge yourself. I see this a lot in my Facebook group. I will have to delete whole posts that were written just in judgment of other people. Like, can you believe this person is doing this thing and they want to start a conversation on that? That serves nobody, serves no useful purpose. So whenever you want to dive into judgment about other people or yourself, this is really low quality thinking, and I want to teach you how to up-level your life. It's not moving you ahead to judge and criticize yourself or others, what they're doing, what you're doing, how they look, how you look. So do the thing, make the decision, love your decision. Don't judge yourself. Keep your eyes on your own paper. You're going to have so much more time in your life when you stop spending time judging other people and judging yourself. All right, number 6 is regret. Regret is a way that we use our past to cost us our present. I can't think of one upside to regret. I spent a lot of my life in regret. I had a bad decision on a marriage and then went through divorce, and I spent a good solid decade regretting so many things. Wow, that keeps you stuck. I can't get those years back. I can't get any time back that I spent in regret, and I'm glad I finally learned how to overcome that. Now I have no regrets in life. I have learning. I have feedback. I do something, maybe it wasn't the right thing. I move from it. I learn from it and I move on. And I want to teach you how to do the same thing. So don't regret a past behavior. Also, I want you to stop holding other people in your life back with regret. When you do that, notice how much more time you have in your life. Here's what I mean by that. A lot of you are blaming other people for making bad decisions in your farm, in your life, and you're saying, oh, I wish you hadn't done that thing. You got us in so much debt, and now we're spending years paying it off. I hear this is a common theme of people blaming each other, regretting what the other person did. So you're not regretting your action, but you're blaming your regret on other people. And again, this is holding you back tremendously. It's wasting time, and it serves no useful purpose. Okay, finally, lastly, maybe the biggest, most common way I hear you guys wasting time, your valuable, costly time, is you're being overwhelmed. You're sitting in overwhelm. You come to me with so much overwhelm. Please let me help you here. You don't have to live in utter overwhelm like I hear so many of you doing. And I learned this the hard way too, and now I do not live in overwhelm. And I can tell you, it's like the biggest dark cloud lifting off of your life and your days. It's amazing. And getting out of overwhelm affects your physical health too. I've never felt lighter and more free and balanced than since I learned how to get out of overwhelm. So I want you to consider learning this too, because overwhelm is an emotion that does not lead to action. It leads to inaction. Actions are driven by emotions. Emotions drive all action, and the emotion of overwhelm leads you to sit still and stay stuck and avoid doing the thing. Or you go do something else besides the thing you're being overwhelmed about, your schedule, all the tasks you have to do. That's when you find yourself doing other mindless things instead of the important things that move you ahead. So overwhelm is killing your business growth. It's killing your family life. It's killing your personal emotions. It's wasting so much time in your day. Okay? This is a huge one. Really, really huge. I spend a lot of time coaching people on overwhelm. There is hope and there is help. So I hope you will consider all these things. Pay attention to all these ways you waste your time. I'm going to run through them again. Worry, buffering, people-pleasing, indecision, judgment, regret, overwhelm. None of these things help you in life. All right? So I encourage you to get some help on that. First step on getting help on that, sign up for the free training, 3cowmarketing.com/webinar. I will see you there live, or you can get the recording if you can't make it live. It's going to be on Friday, September 25th, and the replay will be live for about a week. It's going to give you the foundation to then move forward and take my 6-week group coaching program, which is going to teach you how to make your life less overwhelming, more productive, where you'll find yourself finally able to get to profit and to get to a satisfying, fulfilling family life in a sustainable and calm way. It's going to teach you how to take action that gets results, not just mindless actions or actions that don't result in anything, but you're going to learn how to take massive action, which is action that gets results. Massive action, some people think, oh, that's just doing a lot of things. I do massive action every day. No. Massive action, as I define it, is action where you don't stop until you get results. It's beautiful. It's what's going to move you ahead in your life and business. So you're going to learn how to plan intentionally and deliberately and not live in reactionary mode every single day. You'll learn how to keep your commitment to yourself and honor your plan. These are all really exciting things I'm looking forward to teaching you because of the changes it's made in so many of my clients' lives, like Chris that you heard from early on in the podcast. All right, so that webinar, 4 powerful, simple steps to create more time in your life. Sign up for that, 3cowmarketing.com/webinar. It's free. Can't wait to see you there. And I'm going to share with you about my group coaching program that will change your life. All right. Talk to you next time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. For more great resources, check out theprofitablемindset.com. See you next time.